Yo, good people. It's your homie HerbMan coming back at you with another hot banger boogie, man. Hey, look, today, man, I want to talk about the church and the people, okay? Especially our people. You know, what color you are doesn't really matter. If you are people of God, if you consider yourself that, then I'm talking to you. People are looking for healing. People will go to a place like the synagogues or the churches for this particular type of healing. They also will go to places like the doctor's office for healing, the psychiatrist for healing. And what we're seeing is that no true in-depth healing is coming from these sources. So there has been a uprise of mental health because people don't see the psychiatrist really working. There's been all of these medicines that have been created, but there's really no down slope of disease and people dying from these things. We've been dealing with the same diseases for centuries, and it's still at an all-time high rate. We go to church and we want to get healing from these particular avenues because we think that we can get it from those places. And we leave out with the same condition. We leave out the same. And we wonder why people are choosing to believe in other things or to do other things. It's because what we have been prone to know or what we have been engineered to think that is our benefit is really not benefiting us. And when you ask the church, the doctors, they'll say it's the patient's fault or the member's issue because they don't believe or they don't do this or they don't do that. And if you ask the people, they'll say it's the doctor's fault or the pastor's fault because they don't do this and they don't do that. I tend to believe that there's a little bit of both. When you're talking about healing, we should be able to, you have so many people that are going over to these different places and they're meditating and they're doing all these different things and they're changing their diet and but they don't have those same places here in America, right? They don't have a place where you can go and get spiritual consultation with mental, things there that I could get myself back in tune mentally, and also to this same individual that can talk to me on a spiritual standpoint, on a mental standpoint, can also to prescribe things for me on a physical standpoint, right? We're not doing that. So we break it up. So this person has to go to you for this, go to them for that, go to them for that, right? And that's too much. That's too much. But in other countries, one person you can go to that's going to be your spiritual guide, is going to give you some stuff to heal you physically, and also two is going to give you some stuff where you can be healed mentally. And we call these people shamans. Some of us want to call them witch doctors. Some of us want to call them all kinds of demonic things. But you don't know why you may not be winning in the battle of why people don't come to your particular business, because that's really all it is. It's because you should be able and sufficient enough to handle the human condition, not just in one aspect, but in a holistic format. Okay, in a holistic format, right? And so, my suggestion is that the preacher need to do a little bit of learning about how to be health conscious, right? And the doctor need to do a little bit more work in how to incorporate some spiritual foundation and root system inside of that particular system so that you can ground people in that, and that people can have more surety that you are doing the right things about them, right? So this is this kind of thing to where we're breaking up all these different things, and then we want to know why people are broken, because we're breaking them into pieces. See, we should be able to come to one place, one person. I remember some of the stories of Jesus Christ. When we talk about his life and his story, if you go into the Bible, you'll see that most people who came to Christ were in physical afflictions, physical ailments. And they were seeking God. Some of the most famous stories about a woman with a blood condition that probably wouldn't have known, no one else came other than she had this physical ailment. Or when people were coming to him because they were blind. Okay? So what he was doing was he was healing physical conditions. But that was going to bring about some spiritual understanding. And that is what's missing. When a person comes to church, they may be coming because they have cancer. They may be coming because they have a disease. They may be coming because they have relational issues. They may be coming because they have financial issues. But all of these things are physical, tangible things that could be handled in the physical, in the tangible. But what we do is we prescribe them some spiritual manifestation for their issue. It's a physical issue. It should be handled in a physical manner. But we give them a spiritual prescription. And that's why it doesn't work. So that person then leaves out with that same disease. And over time, they pray, they meditate, they do all the things that you told them to do. But what if the remedy doesn't happen? What if what you said doesn't happen? What if God didn't come down to do it? So then what they do? Then they make that doctor's appointment. And when they go to the doctor, they get treatments. But they don't get a cure for their situation, right? And so then over time, nobody wants to continue to take 15 pills all their life. But nobody has addressed the lifestyle change. See, because when you go to the church, he don't want to tell you what to eat. And when you go to the doctor, he don't want to tell you who to serve. And so you have this thing where you're being broken up. And you wonder why people are broken. Why they are leaving the sanctity of the churches. Why they are leaving the doctor's office and going toward alternative medicines. See? So what we have to do, if we really love people, we have to know the human condition. You got to learn the human condition. You have to be able to holistically apply and holistically supply each and every person with the things that they need. See, when I get a person who is broken down in their body, I automatically let them know that it has some things to do with their mental and their spiritual life as well. That this physical ailment didn't just pop up. It comes from stress of the mind, stress of the spirit. I can do that because I'm an herbalist. You see what I'm saying? I can do that because I'm not bound to the doctor's papyrus or the doctrine of Christianity or the doctrine of Judaism or the doctrine of the religion. So what we need to be is more holistic in our approach, no matter where you are, no matter what occupation you have. If you are in something to service people, then you need to have the ability to service them in a holistic manner, or you will lose people. You will lose them because people are looking for true healing. And true healing comes from a holistic and only a holistic understanding. You have to incorporate nature back into your life. You have to incorporate the understanding of the stresses on the mind and the spirit. You have to incorporate the eating right and the changing of a lifestyle. It's all necessary. And to do one without the other is simply selling somebody a lie. So I wanted to make this video to let you know that if you're seeking true healing, search for those people who embody the holistic approach, who can give you answers to everything you're dealing with from a physical, mental, and spiritual state, so that you can leave out different than the way you came, so that you can experience the transformation that you are seeking. This is my prayer for all of us, no matter who you are or where you are. I love you guys, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Till next time. Peace. Yes, sir.